Hey, what's up? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally selecting our first Pokemon for the Pokedex. As you can see here, we got about 70 cards available that we can turn 3D. So we're just gonna hop in here, spin the wheel, and get our first Pokemon selected. Let's go. And we're making
Galarian Farfetch. Nice. Alright, I've been looking forward to actually making this card from the start when I realized that I could actually turn it 3D. So if anyone's been watching from the beginning, you might have noticed that I was on a little bit of a hiatus the past couple weeks. I started a new job, so we're going to be slapping these gloves on because I've got greasy old fingers from work. Alright, now let's go through these cards and find what we need. Not there. Here we go. And Farfetched. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those. Hopefully that's enough. And we're gonna go ahead and grab some fighting energies for some fella. Here we go. Alright, so I'm mainly using a bunch of these energy cards to, create the thickness that I want and to get the true depth out of the picture that I'm looking for. I'm not 100% sure if 4 cards is gonna do the trick, but we will find out. At this point, I was honestly questioning how this one made it onto the list of 3D cards, but it turned out okay, I think. Look at that little guy. Gooch. Well, you'll have to tell me by the end, but I think it turned out okay. So I'm sure by now you can tell I'm not 100% sure yet on how I should be shooting all these videos. This one kind of is just a scrambled up little mess. There's some order to it, but I'm still learning here, so bear with me. They will get better along the way, I promise. Even though they're going to be fewer and far between while I'm working full time, I'm still dedicated to trying to complete my Pokedex. There was lots of stuff that I actually recorded for this that I didn't put into the video. For example, if you kind of catch the light on some of these cards, you can see there's some texture to the clouds. I didn't add it into the end video. By the end, you'll probably see why. Speaking of things that I didn't want to add in the video, right here you can see I messed up. I sliced this cloud off of the actual layer that I wanted to keep it on. I wanted this one to stay on the front with the upper cloud that I keep there, but I don't know what I was doing. I had a little bit of a brain fart and it just sliced right through it. So you'll see I just gonna put it down a layer or two, but yeah, I didn't want to put that, but I definitely messed up that one. And this was one of those repetitive things that I definitely didn't want to add in the video. This is just a quick little slicing of a couple of the filler cards. I just take the energies and cut out the picture box, essentially. I had to do this about 3 times per card layer, so it ended up being, I think, 9. And this is basically the process. So once I got all the layers that I wanted cut out and all the little individual parts that I wanted to glue on afterwards, I layered the energy cards in behind all the cut layers. And of course, here's the little portion of me gluing my top layer together. So we got little Farfetch'd here. We're just putting his wing onto the rest of his torso. I also added a little bit of texture on here to his wing and to his face and such. I wanted to make sure that that top portion of his wing was kind of wrapped around the leak. Of course, his little beak is the topmost layer. And here we go again. Another minute of, you know, just gluing these layers all together to build our depth in the picture. So tell me, what's your favorite Pokemon? Have you liked the video so far? Maybe now's a good time to, you know, hit that like button. Drop a subscription. Love to have you tag along on the journey to fill out this Pokedex. This is, after all, the very first Pokemon to enter the Pokedex, so you're choosing a good time to start your journey. I'm actually just realizing now that I did not pull out any paint. Yeah, paint might have helped in the end with some of the white edges that I've got. I mean, you'll see in the end, obviously, there are a couple. Note to self, need to paint next time. Okay, so if you're still around, you'll remember that I said the texture on these cards was kind of a waste of time. This is where it became a waste of time. I was putting resin on the clouds, a little bit of like white pigmented resin. You can't really see it because I, for whatever reason, love to put my face into the camera, so it's hidden, but there's a bit of white resin back there that I put on the clouds. It ended up filling in all the textured area. So yeah, I gotta figure that out for next time, obviously. I've gotten a lot of inspiration for these cards from 3Devious. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe she uses a paintbrush to get a very, very thin layer of resin over her textured areas. So I think I might give that a go on the next card. I apologize, I don't know why I have to have my face 6 inches away from whatever it is I'm working on. It's something I've done since I was a kid. But yeah, it's never gotten in the way like it is now. Thank you, hair, get out of the way. But anyways, here you can see, once I get this light out of the way and get this card picked up, you can see that basically it's just the resin kind of puddled there. You don't see much texture to it. Yeah, the resin's a little bit bumpy, but I feel like that's more just my light-handedness trying to maneuver the resin around. That kind of gives it that texture, but I don't really see the texture that I wanted in the clouds, unfortunately. So once I realized the resin was gonna fill in all the texture anyways, I went full in. I covered all the background basically in resin to give it a nice little final shine at the end. I really like the way how it turned out, to be honest. But you'll have to tell me what you think at the end. There is still a little bit of a surprise in the final 30 seconds. Also, practicing on those energy cards made these cards, I feel, so much easier. Knowing how things worked ahead of time made this kind of stream by a little bit quicker. I was able to layer it the way I wanted and kind of pre-plan how I wanted the layout to work. Even though I still messed it up, it still worked out in the end, right? After all, it is for my own collection, so not a big deal. Oh, and there's a little bit of a teaser on some of the layering. But before we get to that, here, let's toss our Farfetch'd all together. Or our top layer together, whatever you wanna call it. Let's get him on here, get the glue all spread out in the right spots. There we go, let's get them all lined up here. Now the glue's all in the perfect spot. And that's good enough for me. Alright, let's get these guys all layered up now. Gluing montage, here we go. there we have it. That's it for Mr. Farfetch'd here. Oh wait, I told you there was a surprise. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, and boom. Welcome to your official Pokedex, my man, Sir Farfetch'd. Or wait, I guess you're not a sir yet. If you guys liked the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, or comment down at the bottom. And of course, tune in next time to find out which Pokemon we're adding to the Pokedex next. First entry, number 83, Farfetch'd. Complete.